Greetings and welcome to Prosperous Universe. So in the previous episode we built a whole bunch of stuff. For the most part we got a food processor up and running, which is really helping. We've processed a lot of the drinking water and the rations. We're down to our last stack of drinking water. We'll be queuing some more soon. And we've got our last bit of rations, and that last bit of rations there actually will be the last of our available organic matter, the agricultural products. But in the meantime, we have got a farmstead prepped and ready to run. So our organisation, the Mao Kiwiski, so Mao, because it's easy to say. We did some trades at lower prices, so we picked up ourselves picked up a lot of iron, picked up a lot of limestone, we picked up a few extra bits and bats around, so we've got some stock in place. What did I actually buy? Iron, limestone, and I'm pretty sure I bought something else. I sold some water to them as well, so we've got some resources to play with now. But oh yeah, the BBH, purchased the BBH. Now I'm still making 2 BBH over here, but these ones we bought, ready to go and actually build this now. So we can now go and build our brand new farm, and that will make us mostly self-sufficient on our people side. That's going to really help with our running costs. So that's going to be really helpful with our running costs. Later on we may end up, if the prices of the stuff comes down, we may get rid of these and put the space into other areas, but for now we're going to try and be a little bit better on that. So pioneer buildings, farmstead, we actually have only 3 BDA from another processor, which we don't need. We do need the farm to run it. We could get an incinerator to make carbon, but I don't want to go down the carbon route. We did carbon last time round. We do want another PP1 if we can later on, because it would be nice to get the PP ones coming out faster. But let's take a quick look at our chat. I would like to be able to pump out the BDEs and stuff a little bit faster, maybe. We may need to increase the rig count to support the new food processor. I'm not sure on that until we can see the numbers. And our basic mineral plant, actually 1,000 is good. That it can pump out, can keep the BDAs running quite well with no problem. So I'm happy with the mineral plant, but I would like to be able to do additional production runs, so maybe we expand that later on. But for now, the farm. So, pioneers, farmstead, build. And there we go. Okay, we are built. Our numbers have changed to 12, 1.5, and let's just change our numbers in here. Ooh, actually, what are we at? 390? So we're at 300 exactly. Excellent. 300 people. And our usage now is 12, 1.5, and 0.6. 0.6. So all of our costs have increased fairly substantially. We're now at 660 a day instead of 400 and something, 500 and something. But with the new farm, we can bring these costs back down. So let's go get our farm set up for actual use. Production. Okay, farmstead. We want to be producing beans, nuts, and maize, or beans, nuts, and grain. Now, I don't know which order we're going to produce them in, so let's just get some up and running first. Beans take the longest to get going. Yes, they do. Sure. Grains are pretty good. So we need to see what we're going to run these at, because trying to figure out how we're going to run them is kind of not important. But first of all, we know we're going to be running nuts regardless, and there's only one thing to make nuts. So let's get a single batch of nuts up and running. Make that now. Ooh, 17% boost on cell fertility. Nice. There we go. Nuts are now being produced. They just take water as a resource and produce 12 nuts. Now, ideally, we want to be producing 12 of everything we're going to be using. We're going to be working with beans regardless, but we don't know which one of those to do. So I'm not going to actually put these into here yet. What we're going to do is we're going to try and pop these into our spreadsheet. It has been suggested we do the spreadsheets on recording, because it helps people see what we're working with, and also helps tutorialize a little bit, which is good. And actually doing this in a tutorial-ish manner, I really like the idea of that. So thank you for that information, for that idea. Okay, so let's go start popping these into the spreadsheet and see which of our 2 versions is actually better. Because we already know from here that running rations from beans and nuts, or beans, nuts, and MIA, a big nuts and GRN. And yes, I am aware that I keep putting MIA instead of MAI. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm not changing it. I think it's funny. Now that's been pointed out to me. I'll leave it as MIA just to confuse myself in the future a bit. Okay. So it's between this one and this one. Right now they're close, but these prices are going to alter based on what we can produce. So let's go set up our farm down here. Now most of these are a simple 1-to-1, apart from you and you, which I don't really care about right now, so I can ignore you two. Everything's a 1-to-1 ratio going down, and it's all H2O, which makes life nice and easy. Okay, do I have any 1-to-1s I can copy from here? Because copying is much easier than resetting up. I think from the water one. Yep, let's take from the water one. Copy that. Pop that there. Excellent. And is it 40 people that the machine utilizes? Base. So a farm is 50 people. Okay. So you're 50 people, and the cost per item, no, the staff costs, you need to be line number 94. 94. There we go. Just to time that by the number of people in the line. We have one producing unit. I don't know what that number's for actually, but it's just my head maybe. Okay, so you are making all the different foods. So they're going to be like BEA, and it's going to be the bright red colour because that's what all agricultural products are in. Well, dark red actually, with white text because it makes life easy to read it. Material you will need is going to be, you know what, I'm going to actually copy the H2O because colour scheme and everything else. Boop, there we go, H2O and the amount and the cost. Okay, we've got all that information there. Let's wipe that value out so everything clears. And we can, there we go, do 0. Do the planet. Okay, so we're set up there. So how many versions are we going to have to deal with here? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should not do the doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 singles to deal with. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There'll be a couple of doubles, but we'll deal with those in a moment or two. Our first two are beans, then 2 GRNs, followed by HCP, followed by the MAI. You know what? I'm going to create the MAIs because I'm going to get confused now. Forget MAI. And MAI should be up here. There we go. Okay, MAI. Next on our list is nut, RCO and veg. There we go. Okay, so we've got all those set. We'll do the pairs now. Get them all set up, ready to go. So, oop, coffee, you are a nice pair I can grab. Not innuendoing today. Alright, you need to be that and that. You need to have a H2O and a pink, whatever it'll be. So you go there and there, and then you, the clue you're going to be pink. Do I have any pinks I can copy from? I don't have any pinks to copy from. Ooh. Well, in that case, get the pink. There's no pink on the list. That's just disappointing. That is disappointing. Let's grab that. You. That's a background colour. Well, it's going to stay red, but is there a lighter red I can use? Then that. Yeah, that one. Okay, we're going to use that red. There's no pink available on the Excel Online. Microsoft, fix it. We need pink in online. HER is our task here. HER. And RCO. Okay, let's just move you there and our RCOs together. I'd like having the same one together if we can. What's the one? HER. There we go. And your supply is, the HER is DDT. And the RCO uses NS. nutrient solutions. Alright, let's start looking at our numbers. Beans, number 1 is 1 bean to 2 out. 1 raw material to a batch of 2. Next is 6 to 4. Next is 4 to 4. 1 to 4 and 2 to 4. So it's still 4 and 4 there. And it's 1 to 2. Which of these are right? GRN 1 to 4 and then hit CP is 2 to 4. Yep. MIA is 4 to 12. Nuts 1 to 12. I got one called G, but I don't think G is actually the right one. Veg. Veg is 2 to 1. That's not a good for the other ratios, is it? RCO. No, veg 3 to 4. Sorry, veg is 3 to 4. And finally, we have our thing here. So the RCO double is 2 and 4 to 2, and the other one is 4 water, 1 DDT, 4 output. There we go. Okay, so our numbers are basically in. Now we can put some times in there. Let's see what. Then we can put prices in for two items here and 1 sale item. But when there's 2 prices in here, we'll start getting an idea of costs. Okay, beans. Number 1, 5 hours 27 minutes. 5 times 60 plus 27. Boom. 844. So let's just make life easier here. There we go. That just makes life easy. You can just modify the number then. This one is 844. 44 by 8. Alright. We're looking at 811 for GRN. Boop. We are now on GRN again. 1055. Ooh, they take a while. 1055. HCP 1055. Next one is MAI. 1 day 7 hours. Ooh, that's a decent one. 1 day 7 hours. So they can go away. That's gonna be a 7 there, and there'll be 24. Oops, no. Need some brackets now for this one for the day. Oh, not times. Good, no. Don't put times then. Plus. So it's going to be a day is. Make calculations. It is 1 day times by, because it doesn't get any more. I can do the just his number. You see, 1 day times 24 to get the hours. So actually, I can't go with that. Just do 24 hours times by 60 plus the 7 times by 60. There we go. I was going to do the 1 then, but I figured it would be overcomplicated matters. No bother. No bother. You're 1 day 9, so we bring you down here and change that. Ooh, change that 7 to a 9. Next one is 13. Oh, that's nuts. To make sure that's nuts, that is nuts. Good. Veg is our next one, which is 9 hours 49. And then the RCO1, that's you, 13 hours 5. RCO2 is 8:44, and the HER is 1 day 20 hours. And I can't tell if there's anything else back there. Is that 1 day? It's 1 day 20 hours. Okay. Not sure if there's any minutes or anything. 1 day 20 hours. So we'll grab you because I can't be bothered. Ah, no, we're not there. There. 1 day. Paste. Okay, that's new. It's actually not copying the formula, which I've not seen do before. Must have pressed some buttons or something. 1 day. What's the number? 1 day, 20 hours. Ooh, that's a long run. Okay, we have our basic stats in. We got our basic prices here, which are great to see. Mostly they're now feeding in the value. The water is considered a 0 cost. It's a 0 cost because I copied from the area. Let's grab you. Pop you in there. Because that's our water cost. One water costs 390. So you should show 390. H96, H96, yes. Then do the grid, yes. Times by I96, times by 1. So that should be 180. There. But it's our water. It's 182. Actually, I was looking at the wrong look at that one. No, fine. All fine. Copy that down to there. There we go. Good. Alright, so that's all our numbers. Our prices are in place. We need to remove some of these underlines because they just look untidy when they're in the middle of a group. Do the top border because it was weird if you don't do it. Ugh. Okay. Remove borders from those. No border. Then put your south border back on play. South border, border. Boop. And you too. You as well. Boop. Okay. We still get price on these, but for now RCO and HER do not affect our production costs of that. We do need a sale price on all these items, but from a production point of view it doesn't matter. So stick a value for you, HCP. Pop that there. Put a very nice unknown value and put you as agricultural. There we go, that should put a 0 in the box. It does. Okay, so we have all the values there now. Because in reality, it doesn't actually matter what our sale price is for this part. It's actually our per item price that really matters to see how much we're making the product for, and then we can see how much we can sell it for up there. So, they're all in, they're all working. These, if we can send these prices up into here, this will make our price marker. Okay, we can't make algae, but we can make beans. Beans. So if we do equals min for the minimum price, and we take these 2 beans here, boom, it's now 1274. We can't make cap, but we can make GRN. So there's only 1 GRN from my memory. Oh, there's 2. Min. The minimum price of bean, a grain from those 2. Did it put the bracket on the end? It did it for me. Excellent. HER. Can we make HER? No. Oh, we can. We haven't got a price for it yet because we're missing a component, but we can. There we go. Let's see. MIA. Yeah, you remember that one. Let's go. That's just a single one. So MIA is that one. Excellent. MTP we can't do. Nuts we can do. Nuts. PPA we don't care about. RCO we can do. There's one RCO? There's 2 RCOs. Okay, so it needs to be min, open bracket, U2. I hope that hash won't cause a problem. It did, because it did. And veg, there's only 1 veg we can do. Veg. Boom. Okay, so that basically means that you lot have a little green sticker on you. Because we don't make you guys, we actually, we don't buy you guys, we actually make them. Perfect. Same with you 3. And you. We make a lot of our potential raw materials now. We might not be able to make all of it, and it will skew our results when we get to have to buy something to stop stuff up, but for the most part we're doing pretty good. Why does our rations come back at 0? rations. It came back at 0 due to the MAI price of NA. And it came back at that because I don't know. MAI? Interesting. So you got a hash there on the MAI. Why did you get a hash? Show me number 1. Interesting, it's going to be NA all the time. Oh, MAI. That one I didn't change apparently. But there'll be more of those then. But look at it. MAI. Nope, good. Alright, so that should. I've brought a whole bunch of prices down. Now we can make stuff much cheaper. So let's have a look at our actual cost now, because this is gonna affect a lot of things. I mean, take our rations here. We can now make them for 6, and our rations here 6 and 5. In fact, yeah, we can make rations really cheap compared to before. So if we were to make rations, how much would rations cost us to make? NA. Cost it would. Why would it be easy? NA because of MAI, and your NA because of the HER, which we could get with a DDT. Okay, let's go find the price on these items. NS and DDT. Well, we just grab you, pop you there, and your DDT. That should at least give us the prices in the system. Good. It means they're going to show up weirdly because there's no costs there, but it's a starting point. All right. So, where we've got our rations, what is our cheapest rations? Cheapest rations now are $5.93. It's down from 38. That's a drop. Okay. Hopefully we can make the materials, and if not, we'll have to up some stuff because I don't really want to be buying it because it throws my numbers out. We're able to be producing all of it or not producing any of it. So let's get some of these numbers in place. Currently, we're at 660 a day. So rations would cost us rations 5.93, which now goes down to 2.42. So we'll just say straight 2 for a moment. Drinking water is now down to 1.31. Just do that for a minute, because everything's going to drop. It's really going to mess with all these numbers. I'm not going to get it exact, but I'm going to get it down to a nice closeness. I want to be within a credit, within a 0.01 credit of them if I can. Rations are now down at 168, so I'm just going to put that down 1.5 for a second. You are now at 107, so I'm going to put you down at just a straight 1. Overalls are now at 8.5. So I'm going to put them at 8, just a straight 8 for a moment, but we'll start tweaking numbers around in a moment. That's something that got produced. PWO can now be made for 140. Okay, I think we start tweaking numbers up into decimals now. So let's start with the DW. Drinking water can now be done for 1.51. 1.55. Okay, that's stable for now. Rations. Why is that 8? Rations can do 2 and 1. Let's just get these numbers reset. Okay. You can do 1.09. Okay, you can do 1.66. Overalls are at 8.5. So just do a straight 8 there. PWO is down at 140, still good. You're at 8. Rations are now at 116, so 1.1. And you are now at, wow, you're at 0.7. Numbers are just really going well for us right now. There may be a problem with the calculations. I have to reevaluate this, but our running costs are really low. And I'm not sure if we're correct yet. These numbers may have just been completely thrown out. Okay, so rations are now at 1.06, 1.05. That should hold steady there. You are now 0.69. Good, and then these are now 7.91. All the prices just keep changing. Just when I do this, it's fun, it's interesting. 7.91, 7.9. You're at 69, you're at 7.9, you're at 105. Just that you are out at 140.09, which I'm hoping didn't change anything else. It didn't. Okay, that's our current running costs. It's now costing 116 a day. Bearing in mind, it was costing us nearly 1,000 a day before. I don't know if it was over 1,000 a day at one point. So our running costs are really down. But our biggest cost right now is PWO. Wow. Yeah, PWO is our biggest running cost right now. Let's do a quick stock check and see what we have available in stock for these. Okay, drinking water. We have 29 in stock. Rations. None. Okay, next up, overall 16. And PWO 18. We have 30 days of PWOs. Could be up to worry about you for a while. We have 10 days worth of overall stuff to worry about you for a while. Rations we need to get up and running. We actually are out of rations. We are actually out of rations. Okay, so when's our next rations coming in? We are already starting to lose efficiency because of them. We may need to buy just a couple just to keep things going for a little bit. Ration. Ooh, we can get rid of that now. And widen you out. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Next rations will be in just over 7 hours. Yeah, we need to buy a couple of rations in to cover that. We just made some polyethylene. Excellent. Okay, so we need to buy some rations in. Just a couple of units to push us through. We can. That time is well within the next consume, but the new employees just ate the last of our backup rations. We actually used 12 a day, and that 10. Sorry, and that 10 will not be enough. So we need to start making a few more. That'll be 7 hours. We won't have the nuts until then, so that's fine. But for now, we're gonna have to buy. You know, let's buy another set. It does elevate our price of things we're currently producing, but that's fine. We'll be okay. So we want maize, nuts, and beans. So I'm not going to be dropping our prices too much anyway on things we sell yet. So maize, nuts, and beans. So for you, put you over there. Nuts. Let's buy, to keep us going, let's buy 4. Ooh, actually, what's our cash line right now? Let's not buy 4. We have 766. Buy the 4. I've got some. We can sell some of the polyethylene. I believe we can sell. Ooh, go ahead and check actually. Can we sell the polyethylene? Because I did a sale earlier today and it wiped out all the polyethylene that was in the market. Okay, yeah, okay, we can sell some polyethylene. It's at 5, but we make it much cheaper than that. We make it about 3 or 4. So let's sell that now. We can use that money to buy the things we're going to need for the food. It's a bit lower than I'd like to sell it at, but I'm happy to do so. At 5. There we go. That should give us a little bit of money to play with. Yeah, we got 1,000 now. So I can buy the 4 nuts. Let's not buy the 4 nuts just yet. Let's make sure we're not going to get ourselves cut off by buying too much of this and not. Yeah, you get the idea. Nuts done. It's nuts, maize, and beans. We're not in alphabetical order. Beans. Okay, so if I were to buy 4 nuts, 4 beans at 120, that's 40. That's just under 1,000. And then we have to make a choice between maize or grain. Well, we can't buy grain, so maize it is. So 4 of you at. I didn't even see what the value was of maize. Maize. 120. Okay, buy. That would allow us to make 4 sets of rations. We can clear that list down. There we go. 4 sets of rations in here. So let's set our food process. Our drinking water at 29, which gives us 2.4 days worth of water. That's good. Okay, so if we come in here, grab our production, which is going to be beans, nuts, and maize. We can do that 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So our food processor is making our food. That's great. We need to run that twice a day to make food to keep our rations going for everybody, which we can do that quite easily. And we need to run drinking water. How much does drinking water produce? 7. So that needs to run at least twice a day as well. So run those twice a day, run that twice a day. We should be okay with that number actually. Okay, so now we need to know what we're going to be producing here. We know we need to make nuts. We know we need to make beans. But we know which one of the beans to make. And we have to keep an eye on our water supply, because really we only make 40 units of water a day. So we'll keep an eye on that. So drinking water draws 20 a day. So let's look at what we've got here. Down here a second. Hi. So our DW, we produce 40 a day, and the H2O. So our DW draws 20. So equals that plus that plus that plus that. There we go. Equals that minus that. There we go. So yes, that's equal total. Total balance. These will be the food we're going to be making. So we need to make nuts, and nuts only has 1 purchaser, and nut consumes per batch 1. So these will be on a 12-day basis. So and that's going to be. So I'm trying to work numbers out here. So that's for 12 days. So then we have. Let's check out which one we're going to use first now. Alright, who's our better bean? Okay, the one that uses 6 water is the better bean. Okay, I mean we can always drop it down. It doesn't cost anything to do it really. Pennies if we want to use less water. If we need to use less water, we can always do that. And then is it going to be nuts or is it going to be maize? So here's the question: is it going to be you, the maize, or is it going to be you, the grain? 105 versus 107. The grain it is. Alright, now of the grains, which is a cheaper grain to make? You are a cheaper grain, the one that takes 4 water. Alright. So for a single run of everything, it costs 2 of them, okay. So you're 10 per run. These are all per runs. And that's good. Right, so how many runs do we need to do to get these all? So you make 12 per run on the nuts. You make 12 per run. Beans, you need to do 4 per run, and GRN is also 4 per run. So they need to be run multiple times. Now they might end up, because of that, not being the most cost effective by the amount of water they're going to drain. So that being said, we would need to make these multiple times. So yes, equals. We need to do this by 12. That's let's run that 3 times, and 12 be the same number down. Yeah. So times 3, so equals that times 3 equals that times 3. So that's our water supply. 12, 18 there. Right. And you only need to use 1 water. Okay. Alright, yes. 18. Well, I call these numbers in 12. Okay. Get those out of the way because they're just going to confuse otherwise. Right, so that's done. But that's the amount of water we need for 1 full run. That only needs to be done once every 6 days. It's hard to work out these numbers sometimes. So drinking water needs that needs to be run twice a day. So it's 20 a day. Okay, 20 a day, and this is going to take time to do to run these. These will take like, how long do these take? Where's the times? Times. So we need to run the nuts once. Nuts take 1980 to do minutes. Beans was 3 runs. So beans, and we said we did that one times 3, and then the grain is that one times 3. That's a total run time there. Water, ooh, oh, the H2O, no, DW, we'll make it DW. DW takes 149. Oops. 149. It needs to run twice a day, so equals 149 times 2. Okay, so that's your run per day. Per day. I'm getting a bit lost in my calculations here. This is just me working stuff out. Okay. It's gonna be tight on water, basically. Ignore all those. I've got myself in a bit of a loop of figuring stuff out. I'll work stuff out later on, but we're going to be a bit tight on water. We need 20 water for the drinking water per day, which is half of our current production. These need to be done every 12 days, but they draw that every 12 days. So if we take that lot, equals that plus that plus that, 31. We can then divide that by the 12 days, then times that by 2. So yeah, so 5. So we're basically sitting at a situation of that plus that per day. We should be within the water limit. Ignore all my calculations, they're probably wrong, but I wanted to show how my mind was trying to jump around everything and it's confused. But we should have enough water to supply the one farm and the drinking water production. Should. Maybe. So we'll find out soon. Alright, but now we know on here the one the cheapest is 105. Confirm that. Where are you hiding? Rat. 105. Anything that's 105 is the cheapest. That will make you two the cheapest. Your grains, veg and beans. Your grains, nuts and beans. Ooh, we could do the veg one. Really? You get 4 out of 3 water versus the grain versus the nuts. Nuts is 1. Yeah, I'm gonna keep with the nuts. It seems like it doesn't make a difference overall at the end, but having to do just one run of it makes life a little bit more simple, and it also uses a lot less water. So nuts over here. So our food production is gonna be this. Let's put an excess so don't forget it. This is what we're making: beans, nuts, and grains. Okay. So beans, nuts, and grains. We're currently already got the nuts in production. So now we just need the beans and the grains. We said the grain we would use would be the top one, which is 4. Grain is the one with 4 output. We wanted to produce 12 in total. There we go, so run that to there. And then we want to run beans. The one takes 6. Run that until, ooh, there we go. Alright, so we have our production running. In tomorrow we'll have 12 nuts, then we'll have 12 GRN, and then we have 12 beans. Now it might be I'll alter these around a little bit so they can pump. Actually, you know what? Let's do that now. Let's get them to a smaller value. Beans and grain, wasn't it? So the 6 and the 4, and the beans and grains. Beans with the 4. How many does it need to make 12? It needs 1, 2, 3. So it needs 3 runs to do that. So if we tell it to do 1 now of them, that gives us 4 units, gets us up and running. And we tell it to do 1 of them. Then we can say, hey, while you're there, you put the extra 2 of those beans at the 6th level, and the grain at the 4 to 4 level. It's a 4 to 4 level, right? Yeah. So that gets us our 12, and then we can start the bigger production runs once they're done, because that'll take us better part of the 2 days, 3 days probably, and we'll have enough supplies there to supply us with enough food for around 6 days, and then we can run bigger numbers off of this, which I think is better. Once we get that up to full, making 12 per run, that's great and better. Okay, I think we are currently all good. It's been a bit longer of an episode this time than normal. Hope it wasn't too waffly for you, and I hope you enjoyed the spreadsheet and my brain sort of melting down in these numbers at the bottom here. But we are now back to a situation where we're self-sufficient. We actually, our only costs really in this list now is from our PWO, and that actually what filters back into these. And that PWO, the costs on the PWO is the PG and the COT. The cotton and the polygranular are our actual purchase costs. If they could go down, or if we can't make those, but we can get them from maybe in the community, in the organisation, maybe that'll bring our costs right down. So that'll be a good thing to look into. Then we can start. Now we can refocus our efforts back on making these. Look at that. We can make polyethylene for 2 now. So given the price of polyethylene right now in the market, it's like 5. We're making substantial profit even selling it at 5. And these BDEs that are now selling for 1,700 a pop. BDEs for us now cost us around 425. So we can now take these sales that we're making at like the decent prices, make substantial profits, reinvest that in expanding the base, or being able to produce cheaper goods for the rest of the organisation. So we're actually we're in a really good position right now. Excellent. Let's do the final piece of the day, which is to go to our base, into our finances, and make a note here. Our ICA is at 48, back again in the single digits. It's been a while, and by a while, I mean it's been about an hour. Today's date is the 20th. Boop, there we go. Alright, let me know what you think of this spreadsheet simulator we had today. But until next time, comments in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. I'm going to put sale prices in here as well to see if there were anything worth selling if we get any excess time. But I'll see you all next time. Bye.